Hello, my name's Terry Evans. In this video I'll be giving a quick overview or demonstration of the LDS Books iPhone iTouch application. I'll be talking about the main features of the application as well as doing some very short quick demos of some of those features. There are several other demos and tutorials that drill down into much more detail about how to use those features, and I would ask that you watch those so you can understand a lot more about the power and the flexibility of this application. When you first start up the LDS Books application, there's this grid view that has all the books and the standard works in here. One of the first things I would recommend doing is to go into the settings and customizing the look of this to your preference. For example, I personally like it to group by volume, so all the books are grouped by volume. For example, the Old Testament books are in the Old Testament area, and volume names. Going back in, you'll see this is a standard order that you'll find them in a quad or triple combination, for example. So the Book of Mormon, you have First Nephi all the way through the end here. And the same for the New Testament and the Old Testament. If you prefer, you can go in and sort the book names. You can sort those within each group, or if you turn the groups off, you can sort the entire list alphabetically. So you can quickly find any book in the entire standard works alphabetically. You don't have to remember if it's in the Old Testament or the New Testament. Okay, basic features of the application. Let's go in First Nephi, the old classic First Nephi 3:7. As you can see, it's all grid based, very quick to navigate around. You don't have to scroll to find long chapters and verses. Come in. In this case, I've already customized the look and feel of the application. You can see here I've customized the link color to red, the background kind of this brown, the foreground color to darker brown, and so on. To customize the look to exactly how you'd want, you come into the chapter view settings, come in here, and you can change your font to whatever you want. Let's pick Georgia. You can pick just a standard 12 point if you want. Let's make it a little bit bigger, 14. You can go ahead and change the page color or the background color. Let's change it to something a little bit different. Let's do antique white. The text color, you can customize, as I mentioned, you can customize this however you want. This is something that's pretty standard in some of the more advanced ebook readers, but we've also implemented it for our Scriptures application. You can adjust margins, paragraph spacings in between paragraphs if you want, and several other features in here. There's also a verse slider. I'll go into some detail on that. That's something very unique to our application. Normally you would just touch and scroll up and down with your finger here to go up and down the list of verses. However, if you touch on the right side of the screen, you'll see this verse slider that appears. You just slide your thumb or finger up and down similar to what you would do in the Contacts application, and you can instantly go to any verse in that chapter. Very quick, very efficient, and you can jump right there. For each verse, if you pick the verse number, you can create a bookmark or a note for it. The other demonstrations will go into more detail about what you can do there. You can go to the previous chapter, you can go to the next chapter. You can go in and use our search engine, extremely fast search engine. I'm not aware of anything even close to the speed that's on the iPhone. For example, searching for the word Jesus instantly gives you back the hits for Jesus. Go ahead and try this on any of the other applications on the iPhone and see how fast you get those results back. You can search for words. For example, you can search for Jesus wept here. Returns 3 that have the word Jesus and wept. You can search for just the phrase Jesus wept. Picking on any of those results takes you instantly there. Jesus wept right there at the top, and it's highlighted for you. Bookmarking system. You can go in. We ship with a standard set of Scripture mastery, so they're all included here if you want to work on your Scripture mastery. As you can see, our bookmarks, you can create a hierarchy of bookmarks. So you're not limited just to one level. You can create a level, you can create bookmark folders for lessons, for themes, for topics, whatever you desire. You can go in and create your own. Call this one Study, for example, and save it. And now we have our own study folder where we can put personal study bookmarks, family study bookmarks, anything you want. So let's do that quickly. We'll go ahead and click 37, create bookmark, go into study, and you save it there, and it will be located there for you. If you go back and look, it is now located there. You can see the original reference to it. as well as the text. Another feature in here, I don't want to go into too much detail on this right now because we do touch on this in the bookmarking demo, is you can delete bookmarks, you can cut bookmarks, you can copy, you can paste, you can rename, you can reorder, you can cut and copy and paste between different folders, move them around, arrange them any way you want. Extremely flexible and powerful bookmarking system. Highlighting system. Come in here, you can highlight anything you want, any words in the entire standard works. You just pick a starting word and an ending word, and everything in between is highlighted. As you can see, all these little windows pop up. Let's go back to default colors just to underline now, and now you can just underline if you want. You don't have to do colors. You have the options here is you have a palette of 12 background colors, 12 different foreground colors you can use. You can underline, you can bold, you can italicize, and then you can also go in and erase if you want, and erase your highlights. Very powerful system. Again, nothing like this exists in any other application on the iPhone. For auto scrolling, there's a tilt-based scrolling mechanism. You would turn this on. Unfortunately, the iMac doesn't have an accelerometer. I can't tilt the screen and make it actually rotate. But you would push this button, and then you would gently tilt the top of your iPhone or iTouch towards you to get it to start scrolling up the page, and it would look something like this. And depending on how much you've tilted it determines the scrolling speed. You can also tilt the top of your iPhone or iTouch away from you, and it'll actually scroll backwards in case you need to back up. The other mode this operates in is a timed based scrolling instead of tilt. This is your speed slider and your play button to get it to start sliding. And once it's started, you can use this to slow down the speed, or you can speed it up pretty quick if you're a fast reader. You'd probably want to use that if you had bigger fonts. Okay, let's pause that and go back. Another feature that is very nice is we have the ability to remember exactly where you were at in any chapter. We've added this history mechanism now. This allows you to jump back and forth between chapters, and you'll remember the exact location of the chapters. This is extremely useful in a church setting where you might be in a gospel doctrine class, an essentials class. You're jumping around between multiple chapters. For example, now if I go back to Jacob 5, it takes me back to exactly where I was at in Jacob 5 earlier. And I go back in now and click on it, and instantly takes me back to where we were at in John 11. So you can jump back and forth extremely quick. It just takes 2 clicks and you can get back to anywhere you were at. Very fast, very efficient. That's a main overview of the features in the LDS Books iPhone application. I'd ask you to check out our additional tutorials, go into a lot more depth on how all these features work, and including a lot of them are extremely powerful, and they give you a lot of power. Thank you.